Why is Mix on here?
Did you not like Mix?
No!
Where is it?
No.
Stop!
No!
Stop!
I want it on there. It's going away.
No!
I will kill this.
Hey everybody, welcome to BakaTaka, the BakaTaka Award Ceremony. We're going to be going down a list of separate categories about special things that happened this year, whether it be anime, video games, things in anime, things in video games, doesn't matter. Things in movies if
It's
you
like
want.
a year in review and a little bit of news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also going to be a little bit of competition later on to see who can win Anime of the Year. But until then, we're going to start off.
Just to preface that, this isn't our own personal favorite list. It's going to be some weird official BakaTaka list where we're not going to be happy with each other.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna be offended by the end of this.
Yeah.
So it'll get explained later, but we're not going to be happy with the list, but it will be the list.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the
And
list.
we'll get...
But we're going to kick it off with some old video games that we enjoyed this year.
We'll go through the video game stuff first because we only really had like two things to talk about. We have.
I mean, I didn't go through a lot of old video games.
Oh, I went through quite a bit, actually.
We know.
I struggled to come up with three.
Yeah, same. I got
that
two.
I've even played this
I got
year.
two.
And one of them I'm not even sure really counts because it was a replay. So
yeah,
it's like it's not the first time I played it this year.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah.
I'll just kick off. So my top three old video games that I've played this year: Apollo Justice Ace Attorney.
Okay.
Which, to be fair, didn't really play this year.
Yeah.
I played most of it this year. I played most of it a year or two ago, and then I played like the last 30 minutes this year.
Exactly.
Finally beat it.
Yeah.
Didn't realize I was that close to the ending. Still, really good game. I like Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
I also played Journey for the first time on PS4.
Now
Yeah,
that's
good game.
that's special.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was very different than I expected.
Did you sit through the credits and see the names of the players that
I
you went
did.
to?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
a cool touch.
So it was cool that the names came up. I was surprised that I played with that many people.
Yeah.
Because I thought I only played like
Yeah.
maybe two or three.
It's weird when you change it
Is
because
it
it's
like-
like you don't notice it.
Yeah. Is it like every time they go off the screen?
No idea.
I have no idea how it works. But
I'm pretty sure there's some algorithm out there that people
I'm
figured
sure.
out and explained, but it just seems so like seamless.
yeah.
And you don't realize you play with like 10, 15 different people.
I was very surprised. So
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that. Especially since it's a really short playthrough. It was like, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah,
tops?
something like that.
Just was sitting, play through the game, really cool. And then finally, Luigi's Mansion. That's the replay.
Yeah.
I've played that
And
multiple
it's a Let's
times
Play.
before. It's also our Let's Play, so I figured it count in the ethos of BakaTaka. So
Yeah.
there are my three: Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Journey, Luigi's Mansion.
Well, I'll go next. I haven't played a whole lot of old video games this year. Big one I spent a lot of time in was Last Remnant, so I could finally beat that dumb game.
Right.
I dumped like 100 hours in that game to beat it.
Was that the one that you were playing with Ben? the other
No, that's just called Remnant. This is a JRPG.
Oh, this
that I
is
was playing on
okay.
my
Totally
Switch.
different game.
Yeah, it was like I even talked about it on the podcast like in July or something.
Okay.
I was playing through it. I finally beat it. I crushed the game. Like I was going to put it over my knee and bend it over.
Wow. Okay.
So I wanted to beat that game. I finally did that.
Success.
And then the other game on there was Pokemon Black and White, the ROM hack, Nuzlocke.
Oh.
That I finally got beat this year.
Nice.
After like 20 attempts, I finally beat it. And I was going to put that over my knee too and beat the crap out of it.
But instead it bent you.
A lot.
Okay.
But I finally beat it that one time.
Fine.
Finally. And
So it still counts.
it
counts.
And I couldn't think of any other old... So, like, I started up other old video games recently.
Right.
But I couldn't put that on my
Yeah,
list.
you didn't really play through
'cause
them yet, so
I just restarted The Witcher Chapter 1.
I want to get into that.
And I just started up Knights of the Old Republic. but I can't add those to the list. So, those are the two that I could put on there.
Okay.
Very nice.
Well, let's see. I played a lot of old games this year, actually.
We know.
But I narrowed it down to 3. Let's see. So the first one would be Shining Force. This game.
Oh, yeah.
I played that a long time ago.
I did play that, yeah. And man, even with like the fast forward button to be able to speed it up and stuff, that game took like 20 hours to beat. But I finally beat it after like 2 decades.
It's a JRPG. So.
Yeah, and it was pretty fun. I really enjoyed it. It was. it was like tough
Yeah.
and challenging, and like to be able to actually beat it, because I've tried so many times and only got like so far and stuff.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It's like, man, I'm so glad to beat that. I started playing the second one, but only got so far. The other one is Duracine, the VR game that I was telling you guys about. The one where time doesn't move. And you're just moving around. It's very really cool game. It's one of the coolest things I've played on VR by far. And it was...
When did that come out then?
It came out last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I figured I would put it on here and stuff like that, just to give it its respect it deserves. And then my number one was Sonic Mania. Man, that's a fun game.
I thought Sonic Mania came out
2017.
Really? 2017?
Yeah.
I still don't know if I'd count that as an old game, but
I mean,
it's old enough. It didn't come out this year.
Yeah, that's when I played it. Man, I really like 2D Sonic games.
Huge Sonic kick.
I went on a huge Sonic kick. I went on a huge Pokemon kick.
Yeah.
I went on a huge and man, that was something. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. It was challenging, and I'm glad I beat it.
Nice.
It was fun. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Very nice.
All right, we're gonna move over to best video games from this year. So this is the current year. There's a top 5 for each of us.
Yeah, so I did not hit 5.
Okay.
Wait, it was the top 5?
It was the top
It's supposed
5.
to be. I only got 3 because I think there's only 3 games
pause?
I've played.
No, I mean I only got to 3.
Oh,
Like I struggled to get 3.
Oh, okay.
No, I only did 3, so I did as many as I could.
Yeah.
So let's see. So we know that there's 2 on here.
There's some duplicates.
I think we all kind of had on here, but
I mean, let's just go over the big duplicate that probably everybody has on there is the Pokemon games.
Pokemon
Sword and Shield.
Yes, sir.
And even with the Dexit and all the changes they made to it, I still love the game.
It was the most fun I had in a while.
I'm still only beating the second gym.
Yeah.
I still loved it though.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do plan on playing it more. There's just been other things going on.
I think this is probably the most fun I've ever had with competitive.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
So,
well, you've been putting a lot of time into that because you just got Master Ball in singles and you already had it in doubles.
So I've invested a lot of time to competitive this time around. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Have you crossed 200 hours yet?
No, I'm at like 191.
Okay, well that's only on that one file, but you've also played on.
I mean, if you count the sword Let's Play, I probably have over 200 hours.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, check out that Let's Play. It's going on right now.
Yeah, fun time. The characters are really
Link to
cool.
episode
the gym
1 in the description.
Gym leaders are really
that.
fun. Oh yeah. I remember. Gym leaders are really fun. Music's great.
Characters are fun.
It's good.
All the new Pokemon are enjoyable.
I just love the new gameplay mechanics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But the whole wild zone, the fact that you can actually, there's random encounters, but there's also
I like
you actually see Pokemon. You can run around and avoid them.
No grinding.
I enjoy that the gym leaders are a part of the story again, like they did in Generation 5. Yeah. So they did a lot of right with it.
Real fun stuff.
They have.
Another one that we were talking about a bit.
We've talked about it before.
Yeah, quite a bit.
So
which
it's
is
on chasing my list.
Death Stranding.
If I played this, I would have put it on my list.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Super weird game. Classic Kojima. He did it again. Man, there's nothing to compare it to because there's nothing like it. Yep. It's weird. It's fun. It's bizarre.
If you want a full in-depth review, check out Season 2, Episode 12 of the podcast.
Exactly.
There we go in depth into the story and how much we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
there's more detail on that if you want to listen to that.
Yeah.
All right, George, take it away.
So, other than those two, which are both on my list, Pokemon and Death Stranding, Luigi's Mansion 3. That's the only other game, the only other new game that I think I played this year that I could think of.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3. I absolutely loved it. I think it is, by a substantial amount, my favorite Luigi's Mansion game.
Oh, yeah.
I've played all 3. I love all 3. I think that this one is the best. I think I would say Luigi's Mansion 3, then the original Luigi's Mansion, and then Dark Moon. Wasn't a huge fan of Dark Moon, but Luigi's Mansion 3 is great. There's a lot of character and a lot of soul in the just the reactions.
I've seen some gameplay for it. It looks really cool.
It's very, very well made. There's a couple little technical glitches that pop up every once in a while.
Right.
Like they'll pop up in almost any Switch game. It's just the limitations of the hardware, but it's fun. It's a good game. It's got a lot of character, the goofiness, the attention to detail. It's just bar none the best Luigi's Mansion game yet. So
I feel all that Switch hardware.
That's me. Especially making best use of the Switch hardware did a really good job.
Yeah. But I'll take it over from here. Best video games. I just talked about this too on the same podcast as Last Remnant, but Outer Worlds. I really enjoyed that game. Quick, easy game. I had a lot of fun with it. My first charisma character. I really enjoyed it. I'd play it again.
Yeah.
That's how much fun I had with it. But moving on from that, I had Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Okay, yeah.
I've done like 1.5 campaigns on it.
Wow, okay.
And I did the Blue Lions campaign. Had a ton of fun with it. And then I started up the Golden Deer. The game's really fun. There's a lot of replay value because there's 3 different classes.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get into that.
So there's a lot of characters to learn and enjoy, and there's a lot of lore to get into.
Right.
And it's the first Fire Emblem of its kind. You taking over a classroom. The class system is done differently. I mean, it's still the same. Like you can upgrade classes, but how they do skills and how you should go about the class system is done differently. It's really good. I enjoyed Fire Emblem Three Houses. If you're new to Fire Emblem, it's a great place to start. And then I didn't have it written down here, but I didn't realize Remnant from Ashes came out this year too. And I put a ton of time into that.
Yeah.
I've been playing multiplayer with a good buddy of ours, Ben. And we've been going through the campaign. Just at this point, we're just achievement hunting. We've got like 2 achievements left to do.
So to get that platinum.
Yeah.
On
well,
Steam.
we're doing it on Steam, so it's just for the fun of 100%ing it.
Yeah.
But the game's a lot of fun. If you enjoy like Diablo style hunting, but you're like physically controlling your character, like over the shoulder gunfighting.
Right, like a third person.
Really enjoyable. Yeah. Just Dark Souls meets Diablo meets like Gears of War fighting.
Nice.
It's really fun.
Nice.
And there's a hardcore mode on it. I don't know if I want to do. It's very daunting. But those are the new games this year that I've enjoyed. I couldn't hit 5. I couldn't think of a 5th one if I could.
Okay.
But take it over, Chase. You probably have way more than us.
Yeah, you probably actually have all 5.
Yeah, I have all 5. Let's see. This one, I didn't put any of these in order, but this one's definitely the bottom of the list for obvious reasons, which is Last Labyrinth, the VR experience. There's, as fun as this game is and as like real exciting and like tense the special moments in this game are, like where it's just so much shock. Like the first time you actually find out that like you can die and the girl who's you're helping and she's trying to help you get out, she can die too. Yeah. And it's just like the shock that it puts on your system, and it's like, oh,
did not expect.
What? I didn't know I was getting into that. And it's like, man, when what's it called, the masked man comes into the scene and stuff like that, and he just literally just appears behind her and stuff like that after you turn on the light. It's like these moments are like so good in the game, but at the same time the bad moments are really bad, which is the constant backtracking where you have to go through rooms, waste so much time. The fact that it's on VR and the puzzles are a little kind of complicated and hard to do, not to mention with a thing strapped to your noggin and squeezing your brain. It's just like, it's a little, it's kind of painful to play a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. And with all that stuff, that holding it back, which is why it has to be the bottom. But I think the good moments in it are worth it being on the list, at least in my opinion, because I really like these kind of games. Let's see. Another one that's on here is The Walking Dead final season. If you're not a fan of this stuff, like Telltale games and stuff, then it's nothing new. But if you've played it, it's exactly like the others. There's some mechanical stuff that they added to it, but other than that, it's mainly the story and stuff like that. If you've been playing it long enough.
I stopped playing after like the second game. So
after the second game?
It was like the second or third one is what I made it up to. And then I just lost interest.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I've been in this story like so much and stuff like that. It's like I have to see this video. There was a real special moment in one of the episodes. Got a little misty-eyed, you know? And stuff. But yeah, it's pretty good. I know people aren't biggest fans of how it kind of ends and stuff, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. And then the last one on the list is the Somnium Files. This goofy spike tune stuff.
Yeah, you told me about that. Did you actually beat that?
Oh, I beat that. I beat that when I first talked about it. I was thinking.
He beat the story in platinum.
Zonky Zero is the other one that came out that I didn't.
You did not.
Because the gameplay mechanics. But man, the Somnium Files, that's a super fun game. It's super goofy, super weeby, but it does a lot of cool stuff. The story's cool. The characters are fun. It's a visual novel, and when the gameplay stuff actually comes in, it's fun to mess around with and to experiment with and see what happens if you do something different, even though if you know it's the wrong answer to do. Just seeing what happens, and it's a really fun time. So I have the Somnium Files.
I'm glad you had such a weird list, Chase.
Yeah, I know.
It's very different.
Yeah, they're all like, I mean, they're all like weeb games.
Yeah.
Other than The Walking Dead, which is close to a weeb game.
But it's just like it's things you would never see on like the Outer Worlds or Death Stranding, like the standard game. There's a lot of
that
stuff.
Stuff just flies under the radar for a lot of people.
Last Labyrinth, mentioning the views on that thing, remember?
Yeah, you were talking about any video that has that, unless it's from the official channel, it's got hundreds of views maybe?
Hundreds maybe. There's one on the official channel for the game, which was like a launch trailer. It has like 13,000 views, and it's like 3 months old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like it's a niche game.
Yeah.
But
it made your game of the year.
It made it.
Cool.
All right, we're gonna be moving over to best and worst characters. Which one do you guys want to start with?
Let's do worst characters first, right?
Worst characters.
Let's start with the worst.
We're jumping to anime now.
We're
done
with video games. We are on anime for the rest of this.
Yeah, since we've been straying away from weeb stuff a lot.
All right, who wants to go first?
Who thinks they have?
I've only got 2.
Let's start with you.
We were trying to come up with 3. I only came up with 2. One of mine can be arguably stretched to more of the characters, though.
Right.
So first, from this season, from Prodigies in Another World or whatever, I pulled out Akatsuki, which is the little magician boy.
Yep. He's the sole reason I dropped that show. Well,
yeah,
not the sole reason, but he's the 90% of the reason why.
So I didn't drop the show because of him. But the character, I don't actually have a problem with the character per se. I think the character himself is fine. I just hate the character.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, out of all these prodigies, they kind of make sense. You got your prodigy doctor, your prodigy politician, the inventor, the merchant. You have all these people, and then you've got this magician kid. It's just like, why? And the things they have him do, I'm like, that's not how magic works. Yeah, you can't just do that.
He's just a giant Deus Ex machine.
You're just, you're just literally flying, okay?
Yeah.
That's not, magic
requires
guys,
it's a trick.
Wires
it's
or
a trick.
hidden wires or something. And you're just literally floating.
Yeah.
You're just actually doing magic. You know, if you want to say you're actually doing magic, cool. But you're claiming you're a magician, which means you're faking all of this. So how is it happening? I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that was my first one.
That was number 1.
My second one is from Promised Neverland. Yeah. And it's that depressed kid. Ray.
Yeah.
So I just, his character was really annoying. And I would say you could probably stretch this to more of the characters, because I think the biggest issue I had with it, and probably most of the characters in that show, is just the fact that everything they do is like, oh, I'm thinking this, but I'm thinking that you're thinking that I'm thinking that you're thinking that I'm thinking this, so I'm thinking this. It's just
everyone's playing mind games.
It's so annoying.
It got too meta.
It got so meta, and he's the one where it took that stupid meta that everyone was doing, and then it added depression, and I was just like, this is the one. But a lot of characters in that show were like, okay, please just stop being so dumb.
They started adding stuff at the end.
Because they're being smart.
They added stuff at the end with him and Mama, and it
all just kind of added it up. It added up, and I was just like, no, this is too much. So those are the only 2 I came up with. There's other characters, but I don't know. Looking at like characters that just make me go, I hate this person, doesn't happen too often. So those 2 really stood out the most. I could not actually think of a third that I did dislike so much it had to be on this list. So next.
I'll take over from here. I got some. So the first one I'll say is one that a lot of people are in agreement with, but it's Purple Haze and Fugo from Part 5 of JoJo's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The character just wasn't fun. The power wasn't fun. I can understand why he wrote him out of the show. It's not a good character. And I'm glad he realized his mistake and everybody told him he was bad. So
yeah, not great.
He was super disappointing, but I mean, I think everybody's in agreement with that. But Going to the next one. Same as George. I hated the magician from Prodigies. He makes no sense. Like, you're popping off your head and doing all the stuff. Like, this takes mirrors. This takes body doubles. This takes other things.
Right?
You can't just do that. Stop it. Get a different character. Moving on from that. Chase and I sat down and watched Assassin's Pride. And I hated the character Kufa Vampire.
The main guy from Assassin's Pride.
Because the story didn't make sense, because there's things they can't do, but he's doing things you can't do. His reactions were stupid, and he could just save a lot of story time by just saving people.
Exactly.
And doing things within his powers.
Because he's already broken.
Yeah.
So it's like,
so just do the damn thing and save people and use your powers.
But he's like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her to do it.
Yeah. Or just, I'm a teacher. I got to do this, or I'm whatever. I hated him. I absolutely hated him. I'm glad we dropped it. Yeah. Moving on from there, from Kakaguri XX, Rei Batsubami, the anime original character, butler, androgynous person.
I totally thought that was a boy.
Yeah, I still don't know.
It is actually a girl.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure though. But I didn't like their character. I felt like too Deus Exy. They felt
it was unnecessary.
Yeah, they felt overpowered and underpowered at the same time. They built him up, but it was kind of a letdown. I didn't care for the character.
Yeah,
it just didn't feel right.
That's fair.
Because the fun stuff was with Jabami and the president.
Yep,
that's the fun stuff.
Right.
The dueling was fun, but that character felt unnecessary. I was not happy with them.
Yep.
Then for the last one, it's a two-parter.
Yeah.
The Tachibana brothers from Mix.
Dude,
didn't watch
what
Mix.
Could be wrong about the two best middle school level pitcher and catcher baseball stars? Which are brothers.
They were so laissez-faire. It was like they had a no-care attitude, and they were prodigies at the same time.
Yeah.
It was just so
weird. They basically just walked around and commented at how stupid everyone else is.
Yeah, like
they're just like, why can't they just be cool like we are?
They just existed, and the story happened around them.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything themselves to advance it or do anything.
Really?
Exactly. Yeah. They're just like, I guess we're playing this game, and it looks like we're losing. But I mean, who cares? Really?
Like, well, now we just gotta flip our Tachibana brother switch on, and just things will happen. Yeah. Or like, oh, I'm the better pitcher, but I need to catch for him because he's the better pitcher now when I'm catching. I'm just like, what the hell are you saying?
If he's better, then he's better.
All the characters around them were fun, but
it's not that.
Those two characters,
like Ichiban #1.
Yeah, but the Tachibana brothers were just not. They were disappointing.
Right, yeah.
The story, they didn't do anything for the story. The story happened around them, and they just happened to move with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's my list.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, mine, I have a copy from George, which is Ray from Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a turd. I don't like him. I also have Isabella from Promised Neverland. Now, you guys aren't quite in agreement with me on this one, I think, right?
I agree with you. I think she could be written out of the story entirely.
Oh, she was completely unnecessary.
Yeah. And I thought...
I just hated Ray more.
Even when she was in the show, like, there was things that she could have did differently, or they could have did with her differently, that would have made it, like, 1,000 times better. Yeah. Especially, spoilers, her death could have been done a lot better. And so that could have been, like, really gruesome and, like, kind of terrifying to watch and stuff like that.
It's kind of a metaphor for the entire show, honestly.
Pretty much.
Like, you can remove her arc from the show,
exactly,
and the plot can still go on,
exactly,
and you wouldn't miss a thing.
It's like, honestly, every time we talk about Promised Neverland, I just remember it being worse than the last time I remembered it.
Yeah. It's like, man, it was pretty good, and then you think about it, it's like,
no, not really.
Was it?
And it just keeps getting worse every time it gets brought up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Isabel, I didn't like her. And then the last one on my list is, I don't even know her name. It's the main girl from Assassin's Pride.
Oh yeah. I don't know her name either.
She's useless. She's just like walks around. She does stupid things. People around her are also being really stupid.
Yeah. I get the impression that that's the kind of trash show I would actually enjoy, though.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't actually enjoy this.
Really?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Because I like some trash.
This is worse than that trash.
Oh, like, what about Chivalrous Knight?
Worse than that.
What?
This is not good.
Absolute Duo?
There's like a guy just like, he's like, man, I'm so cool and how evil I am and stuff like that. And then like she just like helps this other girl like escape right in front of him, and he just kind of stands and watches her do it.
Yeah.
He's just like, she got away. Get her.
Okay, yeah.
It's that kind
It's
of
like,
stupid.
it's Gary.
It got to that point, and Eric's like, turn it off.
Yeah,
Turn it
off.
like, so it's the biggest Gary Stu and the biggest Mary Sue got together, and then they didn't follow the own rules of their own world. So
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my third pick. That stupid girl from Assassin's Bride.
yeah, I don't blame you.
And that's the worst characters from BakaTaka 2019.
Yeah.
Now moving on to the best characters.
Let's get some happy stuff.
Yeah, let's get some happy stuff. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I can go first.
Yeah.
Because I got one that I think we're all in agreement with, and everybody that watched the show and is into the anime fell in love with this character, Chica.
Oh, amen.
Chica from Kaguya.
Oh, I love it.
Her quick-witted, dumb humor.
Let me be clear, though. I think every character in that show was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just Chica stands out as
Yeah.
like she's the character.
Her dumb humor, her random quick-wittedness, her dance that everybody copied.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And just the funny storylines you have with like the volleyball episode,
The ramen episode.
the when the foreign student council visits and she just knows French,
Yeah.
and just other things like that. She's just a fun character that made it was already a really good show. She put it to another level because she was just in it.
Right.
So we got Chica. Another one was Gallo from Promare.
Gallo? Oh, is that the main
The
guy?
main character.
Yeah.
Basically, what's his face from Growing Up?
Kamina.
A Kamina clone.
Yeah.
Cool dude. He just no
He
regrets,
is.
doing whatever he wants.
He is really good.
Fun character.
He's even smooching guys at the end.
Yeah, it's just
Doesn't
fun
even
character.
care.
Loved him. Like there's nothing bad I can think about him in that movie. It was just a good time.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
best character Gallo, and then for my last one is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga.
Okay.
Okay, did not watch
Did not
Vinland
watch
Saga,
it.
so-
Okay.
This dude goes to the grinder. Everything bad possible happens to him.
Right.
But he always gets out of the situation. He always figures it out. He's pressing forward. Like the story is about him just pressing forward after everything fell apart. And it's just how he deals with it and how he's going on. It's just fun to
Yeah.
see because it's just a crazy Viking story.
Yeah.
So he fits well within. It's really fun. I love Thorfinn.
It's a crazy Viking story like Eco.
Yeah.
Like Ego.
Like Ego. But those are my best characters.
Nice.
Chica, Gallo, and Thorfinn.
All right. Well, I'll go next. Let's see. Well, as we talked a little bit of smack about the Tachibana brothers, there was one Tachibana that kind of stood above all, so much so that everyone in the show had to make notice of how awesome this character was. That's none other than Utami Tachibana.
Is that your sister?
Is that your sister? I don't really have anything to say. I just wanted to make that joke. Yeah,
I mean, I thought
yeah.
I thought she was a fun character.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
about
was,
all I could say.
it was kind of funny how she kind of knew everything about everything too.
Yeah.
And she's just like commenting on how stupid everyone else was too.
Yeah.
But everyone, like,
I guess it was more fun because the interactions other characters had with her.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The story.
Everyone's perspective on how they viewed her was
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. So she didn't just like progress and exist with the story. Like other people interacted with her and goofed around with her.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. My number 2 is actually a bring back. This character is actually from older
Older what?
Older shows, Chase?
that's what I said.
Is that what you said? Because that's what I heard.
Isn't best characters from this year, Chase?
Oops. Yes, but this character also aired this year, and that is Captain Levi. Just wanted to bring him in because he was really cool in this season.
I thought you
of
hated
Attack on
Levi.
Titan. I did at first with his Japanese voice and everything, and then I watched the dub and I was like, oh, okay, he sounds like a normal human being now.
Wow.
I like the sub.
Yeah, me too.
I don't.
His Japanese
I
voice.
just like his Japanese voice a
Wow.
lot.
You're
So-
a hater.
Yeah,
Chase doesn't like Japanese people.
Chase doesn't like Japanese people.
I don't know how he hangs around me then.
Man.
Calm down.
Whoa. But anyways, Captain Levi, bring him in there. I think he deserves a spot just because that.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Levi.
He was really cool in this season.
Yeah.
And then the number 3 on my list is none other than Arthur Boyle from Fire Force.
He's a good character. He's so dumb.
The stupid, heroic, chivalrous Arthur Boyle holding his sword in the wrong hand and getting the crap beat out of him and realizing it and then switching hands and just annihilating people, and
it's
literally
so
dressing up like a trash can knight and just being able to stand toe against guys he shouldn't be able to beat.
He should not
just
be able
because
to beat,
just because he's got like a fake horse head strapped to his crotch.
That was amazing.
Is Fire Force still airing?
I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
2 more episodes.
Two more episodes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna binge it.
It's man, he just puts a smile on my face every time I see him do anything. Like
he's good.
He's oh my god, all over the place. But anyway, Arthur Boyle, that's my character.
Okay, so
hit us with the good stuff, George.
I've got 3 on this one. I actually got all 3. So obviously the first one was Chica. I share that.
Yeah.
Chica was amazing. My other 2 start with the Giorno Giovanna from JoJo's Part 5, Golden Wind.
Okay.
I mean, what else can you say? He's a JoJo's character.
Yeah.
I like the way I liked his aura, man. I like the way he carried himself and how he applied.
It's his aura, bro.
So Giorno Giovanna was great. And my other one, I did not expect this, but I was going through my list of like the shows that I really like this year and looking at different characters and stuff.
Right.
I came out with Senku Ishigami from Dr. Stone.
That's a shocker.
I was surprised to actually enjoy this show. So we all sat down, we watched the first episode, and we all collectively decided not to ever watch it again.
The first episode is kind of terrible.
It did not do a very good job of explaining what that series would be like.
Exactly. It wasn't when the fun part about the show, is like how you're like learning about like science like along the way, like it's little fun stuff like that. And the ones that they did in the first episode were kind of like stupid, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, all this stuff.
Because the first episode literally felt like a subreddit. It's like an I am very smart.
Yes.
So
I gave it a second chance. I think I let it build up a couple episodes and then I just jumped in, watched a couple.
Right.
It grew on me really fast, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I really have enjoyed the show.
I agree.
It's ended now. It was so much stronger than the first episode would have led you to believe. And his character really grows on you. He's always that really smart, really kind of arrogant, but at the same time, he's really got a quality of actually caring about people.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's really bad at kind of expressing it.
Yeah.
But that just kind of adds to the character, and I really enjoyed it.
There's moments where other characters show how they care about him, and it catches him off guard, and it's like oh, that's really cool.
Exactly. So
because he's always throwing people for the loo, but then they throw him for it, and it's like, oh.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Very nice. So those are my 3: Chica, Senku, Giorno.
Nice.
Very good. Very good.
All right, we're gonna be moving on over to the best old anime of 2019. Meaning that this is the stuff that we watched that didn't air this year.
Yeah.
Eric,
okay. I'll start first. Since all the old stuff I watched was rewatches, I got nothing.
There it is. That's Eric.
Yeah. Everything I watched it was a couple movies that we actually sat down and watched together, so I never seen before. It was Nausicaa, The Valley of the Wind, Princess Mononoke, and The Girl Who Left Through Time. Gotta be honest, wasn't a huge fan of Princess Mononoke.
Understandable.
The story was good, the animation was really good.
The world was kind of cool.
I didn't feel that much toward it. I just didn't care, It just didn't. I heard a lot about it, and it didn't live up to expectation. I think that was a part of it.
I think there's just nothing really to relate to in it.
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
It's a story.
Yeah.
But there's no...
And you when you watch it from, like, when you're watching it as the viewer and stuff like that, it's like, this lady is literally, like, selfishly trying to kill a god for, like, her own country. Like, just for her own benefit and stuff like that. And it's like, are you not... Like, what are you going to do? Are you just going to kill it and then die afterwards?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, I love that. I think that did a lot of the same stuff as Princess Mononoke. That's a big shocker, right? Same people.
Weird. Yeah.
But Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind, very good. I didn't even know about that movie before you showed it to me, Chase, and it was so good. And The Girl Who Left Through Time, also very good. very different. We watched it with a bunch of people.
Yeah,
a lot of them didn't like it because they didn't like the character. I think they didn't see it the same way that we saw it.
Yeah.
They saw her character as being very childish and immature and stupid, which is not wrong.
Yeah.
But they took the character and
it's like no one can act like that.
Nope. They just kind of wrote it off. But but like they didn't have any kind of, they don't watch anime or anything. Yeah. So that was like not normal for them, but we watch stuff like this all the time.
Yeah,
We're like, oh, that's the character.
It's just like she's a teenage girl.
Yeah.
So like they're going to make dumb mistakes.
Exactly.
Like that,
so I appreciated that, but I would have to say Nausicaa first, then The Girl Who Left Her Time, then Princess Mononoke.
Nice.
So,
all right.
Those are my three.
Hit us with it, Chase. We know you got a lot.
The best old anime. I mean, I only chose 3 because that's what our limit was.
Yeah.
And let's see, number 3, I would say would have been High Speed, the 3 prequel movie, where they're in like middle school and they're swimming. It's I wasn't expecting that movie to be as good as it was. That's a really good movie. Like if you've seen just the first season, I would say just watch this movie. It's really good.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I mean, it's just like they're all like working hard and they're just like they want to be like the best team and stuff like that, but they're not good, working together and stuff. And you'd think it's like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like a typical like this kind of like they just learn to get good as a team and stuff like that. But it's a lot more, and I don't want to like say like kind of stuff that happens in it and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would definitely recommend that you watch this movie, even if you haven't actually seen any of the show and stuff like that. I would say this is a good movie, even as a starting point and stuff. It was really enjoyable, and I wasn't expecting that. Number 2 would have been Pat Labor, The Mobile Police.
You were really into that.
You were really into Pat Labor.
You were singing the songs and stuff.
Pat Labor,
Wait, you were singing songs?
Yeah, remember at Otakon, he was singing the opening?
Oh, you're right, he was.
Dude. And then I heard like at the DVD and Blu-ray booth and stuff like that, they were playing it over there, and it's just like, my people.
Yeah.
I'm coming. Yeah, but man, it's such a fun show. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're trying to do like some kind of like reboot thing with it next year.
Yeah, probably.
And man, if they do that, we're looking at the best anime of 2020, guys. No lie. Because like it's such a fun show. The characters are all cool. They're fun. What's it called? The way they handle things and stuff like that. They're always like basically learning and like figuring out like new stuff like along the way.
Yeah. And
they're learning how to deal with situations like better and stuff. And at the same time, it's a mecha show, which we haven't gotten a lot of that recently and stuff like that. The last one was kind of like Darling in the Franxx. That was like a kind of big one,
Oh yeah.
And I really enjoy Pat Labor. And then number 1 would have been March Comes In Like a Lion season 2.
Oh yeah.
Man, I can't say too much on it inside because it's just really good. This season focuses on a lot of the side characters a lot more too, and let me tell you, there's some episodes that hit like pretty hard. You guys will like this show if you make it up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's in the back of my head to watch, but I never get around to it.
Man, this is the one that's kind of like hovering around my top list and stuff like that. It's just kind of like it's always just kind of like, hey, you want to put me on there and stuff like that. I was just like,
I've got a lot of those.
Yeah. It's like I don't want to, because if I had you, then I gotta add you too, and so and it's like, But yeah, March Comes In Like a Lion, man. I'm a little upset I waited this long to watch season 2 though. But, so because I think it came out last year or 2 years ago. And yeah, but it was really good, really enjoyable. All right, we're gonna be moving on over to the most disappointing. This category is not just like for a specific show or something like that. It can be like literally anything. Whatever.
Really anything.
Yeah. Whatever was most disappointing to you.
Whatever you like
if it was something about a show or
if
something. If it was
something
like
you like really expected to like, and then it just like turned out to be trash, like mine. My pick is.
I mean,
or
mine,
just
mine
like
close to yours, I guess.
Yeah.
Or if it was just like maybe it was like you still really liked the show, but there was something about the show that you found really disappointing, like one little arc or one character or something.
Whatever it is your biggest disappointment of the year.
Okay.
Pretty much. So
So,
do you need time to change that, or
I don't know. I can go on the
Okay.
fly if I need to.
you guys want me to go first? Or?
do it.
Yeah, go
Okay.
Take
first.
it away.
So let's see. I'm gonna choose. I had 2 on here, but I was gonna decide at this moment, which I'm gonna decide with number 1. My most disappointing thing of 2019 was 7 Deadly Sins, the new season that's airing right now. It's so disappointing, the fact that a new studio is doing it and it's not as good, to the point that none of us have even watched the first episode, and
This
it
is
made
true.
it made it in the top 5 anime of last year for all of us.
That's a fact.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
It is by far, in my opinion, the most disappointing thing. 7 Deadly Sins, the season that's airing right now. I don't even know what it's called. Yeah.
You're right.
That is.
Thanks,
that's
Dean.
disgusting.
Thanks, Dean.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a little upset, but at the same time, I'm probably gonna end up watching it when it's done.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it too, but I'm upset.
I
I'm
plan on
upset
trying
thinking
to watch
about
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize. Yeah, you're right. None of us have watched it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because I mean, so we don't go through our back alley channels anymore.
Mm.
No,
So
we don't.
We have to like wait for it to drop on Netflix or something.
We
Exactly.
need to start pirating again. Arr.
Yeah. So I mean, is that your only most disappointing thing?
Well, I had 2 on here, but I thought we were. I'll say the other one actually, just
Yeah.
because I mean we're here right now.
Yeah.
My other most disappointing was the Accelerator anime.
Oh, you were so pumped up about
I was
that.
so hyped on that,
Oh,
and it was
no.
so bad. Even rewatching the first episode when I was showing you it and stuff like that, I was
Yeah.
like, "This is really bad. This sucks." It's like, what? Everything about it, it's like it's the same studio, but it feels like it's a different one because of
Yeah.
how like low budget it feels.
Yeah.
All the character designs are slightly different. The animation's terrible. The characters are all annoying
Oh.
to no degree. I had a bad time watching this show, and I really like that universe.
Yeah.
But, man, sorry, Accelerator, you disappointed me.
That is unfortunate.
That's a heartbreaker because you
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah.
The Raildex universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Ooh.
Man,
But yeah, the Accelerator anime.
Okay. Well, I'll take over from here. Then.
do it.
I got some not as disappointing stuff. not stuff that I didn't invest a lot of time into, so I'm glad for that.
Right.
But the first one is Kimono Michi Rise Up.
What?
Yeah.
I only watched the first episode, and I don't know. I expected from reading the description on Mal when I decided to like add it to my watch list. I was like, this sounds like it's gonna be really good.
Yeah, because you told us that, and I was pumped up to watch it.
And then you actually watched more of it than I did. I only
Yeah.
caught the first episode here at your house, Jace, and
Right.
I was not happy.
I watched like 4 or 5 episodes. I was like, this is the same thing every episode. His character is actually like a douchebag. Like-
Yeah, because it's he overrules everyone. It's like
Yeah.
you don't like stuff as much as I like
Yeah.
stuff.
He is the most selfish character ever.
He's a gatekeeper.
It's just like the premise was really fun to look at, but when actually watching it, none of the characters are fun.
Yeah,
All the characters are stupid.
Yuck.
It's giga disappointing
I respect that. Yeah.
since it's in this category. But at least I didn't invest years into a Raildex universe.
Oh.
But the next one on here is I don't know the actual name, but it's just I just wanted an average life.
Yes.
It hit you that hard, Chase?
Yeah.
It was so the characters are fun. I like their designs.
Yeah.
The universe was cool. The story is not good after a while.
To be clear, that's my most disappointing show.
Yeah,
This Average Life. Oh, I'm so upset.
It's
I'm so upset.
It's
It
my
had so much potential.
yeah, it's my most disappointing too for that reason. It's just like I really like the character. Like they even did the backstory episode really well. It was just them going around a campfire, and the way she explained it was really fun.
Right.
Then the next episode, it felt like none of that mattered, and they were just going on doing whatever. And I was like, okay,
You want to know why it felt like it didn't matter? Because it didn't.
yeah. It was just
I
like
hate it.
they had this whole exposition explaining to her how like she was going to come to terms with it, or probably, and then the next episode she's doing the exact same thing, where it's the whole reason they got into that campfire situation to talk about it.
Right.
So it's just like, don't give me character development just to ignore it.
Yeah.
And then they weren't doing anything new in the story, so it's just like, why bother?
Yeah,
Like there's no development. So they tried development and then failed development and then did no development, so it got disappointing.
There's literally only one show, one other thing. I gave this a 4. There's only one other thing I've ever given a 4.
Wow.
That was Ninja Batman.
So you don't give anything lower than a 4?
So far.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'm not good at scoring things. Look, my opinion is, okay, look, so I look at
If
this.
I didn't like it, I would watch it.
If it's a 3, I probably wouldn't be watching it. And I don't score things if I drop them.
Oh, I
I don't
score
s-
stuff when I drop it.
I don't score things until I finish it.
Because there's some stuff that is just like, I'm not feeling this right now, and I drop it, or it's like I can see the good in the show and stuff like that, but at the same time I don't like it, so I'm just gonna put it as like it's mediocre kind of thing, because it's
Yeah.
like there is the quality there, but I just don't like it. There's no enjoyment, so I'll put it at like a 5 and drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So-
a bit of more of a harsher grader than you, so I have a bunch of 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s.
But what upsets
I
me
have 0
now
ones.
is I'm just clicking on the link here on Mal. I'm looking at it. It's got an average of 7 from
Yeah.
16,000 people.
That's low for Mao.
That
TBH.
that is really long.
But still, it doesn't deserve that.
No, it doesn't.
It's low for Mal, but it's still too high for what the
Yeah.
show deserves.
Yeah, but it's just the show.
It's all those weebs out there.
It had
It's
a really
not-
good premise, but it fell apart.
Yeah.
I'm so upset.
So,
Well,
those
some-
are my only real disappointing things. I guess the other thing that's currently in the process of disappointing me is the Cautious Hero,
Oh yeah. I was getting that too.
but it's in the process of disappointing
Right.
me. It hasn't disappointed me yet.
Exactly.
So
Right.
that's about all I got.
All right.
I like this guy's review. I'm just gonna read the first.
Yeah. Read it.
I'm just gonna read the first paragraph.
Don't read the entire paragraph.
No, it's like 2-sentence paragraph.
Okay.
I despise this series. It has everything that I hate in a comedy series, and even being the isekai trash I am, I can't justify this. The jokes are repetitive and not funny. There were close to no moments that I generally liked, and I hate myself for watching this.
I
Gave it a 1.
I'm with him.
I tend to agree.
Yeah,
I gave it a 4 though.
I haven't graded it yet.
But then I have all these other people 8s, 9s.
They're the worst.
I don't. What?
They are the worst.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving over from most disappointing, we're going to
I
go
thought
to...
doesn't George have another disappointing?
No, that was my only disappointing.
That's your only disappointing?
Yeah.
I was very disappointed. All of my disappointment belongs to average life.
Nice.
Moving over from most disappointing, we're going to most surprising.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to go first?
I'll do it. I'll knock it out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing that I was very surprised.
Hit us.
Quintessential quintuplets. Dude, I expected to like that show because it just kind of hits the things that I like. It's the weird like,
Right.
harem thing, but also just, I don't know. It's just a genre and thing that I enjoy.
Yeah.
It had a certain feel to it
Mhm.
that went beyond even what I expected. I expected it to just be straight up trash that I would like,
Right.
but it actually ended up being something I liked, but I wouldn't even consider it trash.
Yeah.
It actually had a lot of character. All the different characters actually mattered. It
Yeah.
felt like everyone had their very own individual personality, which was really important because it's the quintessential quintuplets. They all like basically are identical,
Yeah.
Right.
and yet they still feel very, very much themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't feel
They
like
don't-
they're the same person
they
just
don't-
with a reskin or
Exactly. They don't
Yeah.
run over each other. They're not stepping on toes. It was very well handled. I like the story and how everything goes. I like how the show like sets it up. He's like, oh look, these are the things that happened. Eventually he's gonna marry one, and you never really find out which one it is. You're like,
Right.
oh, what is it?
Yeah. So
I like that it's open to another season.
Yeah.
I hope we get it.
I haven't watched it,
Very
but from
happy.
all the Twitter monsters and everybody, I didn't see a single bad thing about it. It brought back waifu wars,
Yes.
but it's just like everybody had somebody to root for.
Amen.
So like I can see why it's the most surprising. Like I didn't see a single bad thing about it. So.
I was very, very pleased by that show, and it's not perfect.
Oh yeah.
But I was very, very pleased, more so than I expected to be.
Yeah.
So that
I mean-
that is my surprise for this year.
It's still in the back of my head to watch along with Sangatsu no Lion and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But who wants to go next?
I can go next.
Hit us
So
with Chase.
I got 2. I had picked 2 because I thought George was gonna pick one of these and stuff, but apparently he didn't. Which is the first episode of Dr. Stone. You know, it's
that I can say that.
I
depending
mean,
on how you look at it,
excluding the first episode.
Depending on how you look at it, you could say the first episode of Dr. Stone is both surprising and disappointing.
Yeah. Because we heard good things about it, and we watched the trailer and we're like, okay, this looks a little weird and stuff like that. Which, to be fair, the character designs do kind of grow on you a little bit.
It grows on you.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It certainly does.
So that's
much
something.
better than Promised Neverland.
But after watching that first episode and stuff like that, it was like, man, this is like a dumpster fire. And then
it was bad.
But after watching more episodes and stuff like that, it was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So the first episode is very disappointing considering the rest of the show, but also surprising considering the rest of the show is actually really good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of them, which was Dr. Stone. And then the other one was, I am surprised that me and Eric finished Mix. Because
that was a big surprise.
There
I'm
was
surprised you
multiple
finished Mix, too.
points where we were literally like just banking on a chance that we were going to drop it immediately.
We
I'm
were
even surprised you finished it. I'm surprised you watched it at all.
We were
Well, I
hoping
mean, it was-
Funimation would stop loading so we could just drop it.
I gave it chances. I was like, I think I said, like, if this thing, we'll try to click it 3 times. If it doesn't work all like 3 times, we hard drop it right here.
Yeah.
And then it worked on the third time.
It worked on the first try.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And we
unfortunate.
had to sit down and watch like 10 episodes of it.
Yeah. At first, the show wasn't bad at first.
Yeah.
It was just like, okay, let's see where this goes and stuff like that. But then the
It's
longer
just,
it
it
went
goes
on,
nowhere.
yeah, and it
It took
just
them like 10 episodes to play baseball.
to spin in a circle and stuff.
Like I talked earlier, I hated the Tachibana brothers.
Yeah. But I was most surprised that me and Eric
We
finished
it.
Mix.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
Yeah. All right.
Just a side thing. The more we like smack talk Promised Neverland, I want to add it to my most disappointing list.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Because like I gave it a 6 because like it felt above average. But the more we talk about it, the more I realize it's just like
Every
the story's
time,
good, but
I
it's just
swear,
there's.
it drops 1 rating every time we mention it. It's
I
like
know.
gave it a 7, so like a 6. It's moving down to 5 tonight. I guarantee.
Right,
it.
Yeah,
right.
like that's just like footnote postscript. Just like, yeah, I feel bad about Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
But back to my most surprising is Promare.
Promare.
So
Man.
I had 0 expectations for it.
Right.
I honestly didn't even know it was airing until you mentioned to me that day at Otakon.
Yeah.
Right.
And I only knew a little bit about it. I just knew it was Trigger and had some of the Gynax staff on it.
Right.
So I had literally 0 expectations going into it. And I came out fully surprised, happy, and just excited that it was a full Gurren Lagann homage, and it was just its own entity, but enough homage.
And it knew
Right.
exactly what it was,
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
It
yeah.
Like,
was so
they-
self-aware.
They played into it so much.
Right.
Like they knew exactly what they were doing with like the Dai Gurren homage, making the character exactly look like Kamina.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like I was just super surprised the fact that I had 0 expectations going into it.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of my favorites of this year.
And I think it also helped the venue in which we saw it.
Yeah, that helps
It
a ton.
was at the convention. It
Yeah.
was like the East Coast premiere. We were some of the first people to watch it
Yeah.
in America.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting with a group of like-minded people.
Yeah.
Right.
And we're just watching this movie, just flipping out because we get it. You
Yeah.
know, we've seen
When
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
And we're just like, yes,
Yeah.
this is it.
when I went to go grade it, I was like, I want to give it like a 9, but I know the only reason I would give it a 9 is because the atmosphere of it. So
And
I have,
that's
to,
fine.
I have to like grade it non-biasly of like the show as
It's
itself.
so hard.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I think I gave like a 7 in the end. But like if I had to grade it just
The
on the experience and
experience.
everything, it's like a 9.
It's
Yeah.
like a hard 9, maybe even
Yeah.
a 10 for
Yeah.
me.
Like-
It was so much fun.
that Promare was probably the most surprising thing to me this year.
It was really fun. Yeah. All right, everybody. That is our BakaTaka Awards ceremony. This is the first part to what will later be in the second part, the anime final competition.
That'll be the rundown of the BakaTaka top 10 2019 list,
BakaTaka.
where we decide to hate each other and just
There's gonna be
Be
some
very-
spitting. There's gonna be some
there's gonna be a lot of
words.
things happening out of
Fists
spite.
will
I
fly.
guarantee it.
Yeah, but get ready for that.
Yeah.
That will be the next video.
Anyway, we'll see you all in that one. As always, it's been on the left,
George.
in the middle,
Eric.
and I'm on the right, and I'm Chase, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Peace.
Bye.
Peace. I say peace. Eric. I say peace. It's always been.
Drinking our white girl coffee.
Yeah.
I already drank mine though.
I'm glad to see you guys are better after your hangovers.
Hangover.
You think I'm gonna get a hangover after that weak alcohol?
Did you not?
I don't know. It was weak alcohol.
It was actually.
Yeah,
It was probably watered
It
down.
was literally a scam. Charge you that much to not give you that much alcohol.